Hasn't rained in these parts since July. Made up for it this morning. Welcome along to Saturday, north of Milan in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix, and it's going to be the first wet Italian Grand Prix session since Sebastian Vettel took pole for Toro Rosso back in 2008. Just cars appearing from out of the spray and out of the gloom, including that man there who in 2008 set pole position in conditions very similar to this that we are fearing today.
Somebody's off.
And somebody is off and into the barriers, and I wonder if that wasn't one of the Hasses. Grosjean or Magnussen. They have red flagged the session. It was Grosjean.
I thought it was too dangerous.
Let's have a look on board with Grosjean now.
He's in the tracks, then he's slightly left of the tracks. Oh, there we go. Oh, it was the second application of the throttle. He got up on top of the water.
It was stupid to lose your quali, sorry, it was stupid.
Patience is rewarded. The light goes green and we can get out onto the track once again. The fans in the grandstand cheering and voicing their approval. In fact, the only one that says wet tyres Stoffel Van Dorn at the moment. Oh, that's the Kimi. Well,
they had to release him because his front left brakes on fire.
You can send me straight into the side of the car.
That was a mistake.
I just managed to
mistake. The front left caliper was on fire. We wanted to get the fire out with the air.
So Joe, there was a checkered flag. P16, unfortunately. Ah, damn it.
That's one way of putting it. Magnussen crosses the line and he's now P16. Julian Palmer drops down to 17th as Valtteri Bottas goes fastest. Kevin Magnussen out in the first part of qualifying along with his teammate Romain Grosjean. So Haas, who lost a car in Q1 for 8 out of 12 races, now make it 9 out of 13 races. Felipe Massa currently 12th fastest and crosses the line 8th, which pushes Stoffel Van Dorn down into 11th. Hamilton, I'm sure, would love to go a little bit faster out in front and does so. First man into the 134s by extending his time by another 0.6 of a second. Stoffel Van Dorn coming to the end of this lap. He too could complete this and get himself into the top 10. He's put in a personal best for the middle sector.
Amazing how much grip he found on the paint of the curbs. Van Dorn does indeed go 9th.
He does, and Sergio Perez out, and his teammate Esteban Ocon could join him as well.
I don't know what's going on it, but it's pretty terrible.
Yeah, Hulkenberg not enjoying it. Kvyat crosses the line, only 14th fastest for Danny Kvyat, which saves Esteban Ocon. He goes through into Q3 as teammate Perez is out, along with the former Force India driver Nico Hulkenberg, Fernando Alonso, who's got massive grid penalties anyway, Danny Kvyat and Carlos Sainz, who has a grid penalty, but the two Toro Rossos normally come alive on the Inters, not today.
Now there's a scrap for track position between the Inter-shod Ferrari and the full wets on the Red Bull of Max Verstappen. Is he going to sail one up the inside? Thinks better of it. And this is about keeping tyres up to temperature. He's got a good run out of... It's almost like a race, isn't it? Well, it is a race, really.
It
a
is,
race for track position. He almost has Vettel onto the grass. That'll go down well.
And they'll be cheering, I'm sure, as he crosses the line down at Red Bull, because this is the fastest lap in qualifying this afternoon. 1:36.7 for Max Verstappen. On board now with Lance Stroll, who, unlike Verstappen, could, if this is the lap of all laps, become the youngest pole sitter ever here this afternoon. Crosses the line and goes 3rd fastest. That is an excellent effort from Lance Stroll, whose mum is absolutely delighted in the garage, and so she should be.
So that's a front row start position for Stroll at the moment. That's a net second after penalties.
Verstappen and Ricciardo both taking penalties. And Ricciardo crosses the line to put his Red Bull on what would be the front row, but they're both going to start way, way down. Hamilton is on provisional pole.
Bottas has had a bad middle sector. Bottas down in 6th is not on a great lap.
Hamilton would love to get pole outright though as he crosses the line now. It's the record for Lewis Hamilton. 69 poles in Formula One. Michael Schumacher's record goes here at Monza this afternoon. Hamilton, with his 69th pole, will lead way in the Italian Grand Prix. Mercedes can't make it a 50th front row lockout. They do get the 150th front row start. Valtteri Bottas down in 6th fastest, and whilst he'll be disappointed at Ferrari, they will be absolutely gutted because Raikkonen only 7th, Vettel only 8th.
Stroll splits the Ferraris. He starts on the front row of the grid after Red Bull take their engine penalties.
And a 6th pole position here at Monza as well for Lewis Hamilton, surpassing Juan Manuel Fangio and Ayrton Senna's record of 5 poles here. It was a long time coming.
Worth waiting for though, wasn't it?
Some things
Very
in
much
life
so.
are.